2020. So she's relatively new to the community, and let's give her a warm welcome today. So Lori, just advance it this way.
Oh, okay, that's
So
perfect.
just fix all your
Got it. Thank you, Angie.
You're welcome.
Well, that was a lovely introduction. I am Lori Maggio, the owner of Gulf Coast Moves here in Houston. I also do have a sister company back in Connecticut called Coastal Town Moves. And I have been doing this business since 2017, but I will just take you back in time and kind of go over how I got to becoming a senior move manager. So as you mentioned, I am originally from Long Island, New York, and I was in the sports world, and that's the business that my husband is in. But he's also a national sales manager, which meant we moved around quite a bit. So I got used to moving, and then we started to raise our children. We had moved back from Connecticut to Chicago, and I said it's time to kind of just raise the kids. I did the teaching of the art classes, it was all good, and then my oldest started to get old enough that I thought I need to go back and do something. So a friend of mine mentioned a class that was going on in the town neighboring mine, and it was called Work Like a Mother. And I found this very interesting. A woman who had gotten her picture in the newspaper for being the shopper of the month had a breakdown after getting her name in the paper, and she said, this is not how I want to be known. I used to be a professional. I want to get back out there. I want to help moms and people get back out in the workforce, find their passion. So in that course, I was self-reflecting on what is it that I do, what can I bring to the table. I wasn't going to go back into sports, and with all of the moves, I thought I was a genius. I thought, oh my gosh, I could be a move manager. I can help people take the stress away from moves. Well, it turns out there is something called move management. So I am part of National Association of Senior Move Managers. I met with the woman who owned Coastal Town Moves before I did, and we got to know each other. I started to work on a few jobs, and then she offered for me to purchase the company. So that is how I came into move management, and I loved it. Immediately loved helping people, and I was actually gonna show you what I actually get thrilled about doing. We walk into this, we organize like this, and I find this to be creative, as opposed to people having to spend hundreds of dollars sometimes on wardrobe boxes. If the mover is willing to do this with us, we'll just make faux garment bags out of contractor bags, which are clean inside, and just make it a little bit more cost efficient. So I thoroughly enjoy what I do.
Wait, go back for 1 second. The one with the tabs. So do you just put stickers on?
Yes, we'll do either colored tape, sometimes Post-its. Kind of depends. Post-its fall off, so you know. I will tell people from the very beginning, it's a mental sort walking through your home, and I give everyone a little bit of homework to just kind of start thinking about the process of what you want to get out of your house before we start the complete organization. And it is, I was going to say, a group of women that we have working with us, and that's a Connecticut photo of a lovely woman named Fran who we helped. It took quite a bit. Fran was a collector and a craftswoman, and she was actually living in the house that she grew up in. She grew up there, got married, left, and came back. So the house was super old, and there were artifacts from like hundreds of years. So we love our job when I'm with my crew and we're helping these individuals. They love to tell stories. We love to help them discuss where do they want the new home for their items, and you know, we try to make things improve if we're organizing and unpacking. I mean, that's not too much, but that gives you an idea. This is my crew here in Houston, and that's me. I thought it, you know, reflected how happy I am when I'm on top of a pack box, which I do really like the satisfaction of helping people out. So what else can I say about it? I did take a hiatus when I first got here, and this is just a little bit kind of touches upon some of the things that you all bring to the table. In my personal experience, when my husband and I were moving here, my mom was very sick with Parkinson's, and my dad was in perfect health. And I spent pretty much my first year going back on an airplane and visiting with my mom because I knew the time would come. And in 2021, she did pass in May. And I'm fortunate that I have a brother in Massachusetts, and we thought, Dad is in such great health, let's have Dad stay in Massachusetts for the 4 months and have him come to Texas. the cold months. So I started the trek of looking at a lot of the senior communities around here with my dad, and we identified one, and we were just about to put a deposit on one of the senior communities, and he died in his sleep suddenly of a heart attack.
Oh my God.
So with that, I went back to putting my business on hold because it took me a bit to recover from all of this, and I have now touched upon all of the things that you all bring to the table in support, and learned a ton. It was definitely hard, and I hope that what I've gained personally and now professionally I bring to my clients and just do the best job I can. And I appreciate so much being a part of TSEC. I've only been since May, but I have learned so much from all of you, and I hope I can continue to work with all of you and refer as much as possible.
Question.
Oh, questions? Does anyone have questions? Sorry. Go ahead, Lori.
So, like, besides the move, do you have sources for reselling? I mean,
Yes.
You know, that's like
Yes.
that's what they always ask me.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So I will start, and because I'm so familiar with selling things for people,
Mhm.
I will look, and I think I was mentioning this to Wendy earlier, Facebook Marketplace and all of that is your best buck. You're gonna get the most return on it, but I know consigners, I have auction houses that we deal with, so, you know, and I'll take the items to consignment and set up an account for anybody, and then we do the traditional, you know, donations and charity, and I worked with one of Blake's counterparts recently, and Junk Luggers will actually do this for you as well. They will take stuff for donation, and I'll bring them tax receipts, so 100%, I mean, that's part of the downsizing.
I know, but they can't do
They can't do it.
Facebook Marketplace.
No, and we do it for them.
Oh, you do
So
it
we
for
would
them?
do that for them.
And where do
And then
you
you
warehouse the stuff?
We're typically going to their home
Yeah.
when the exchange is happening, so we set that up. It's a lot, I know.
And then
She's
you-
like, can't do it.
What's the way you're shaking
And
your
Laurie,
head?
how much do you charge for
I
that?
do it for my people,
You do?
yeah, but I don't go to the house, I bring it to mine.
Oh,
You know.
okay, I think it, yeah.
No, I don't wanna do that business,
No,
but
I
I
understand. I mean, when it's
I
a
do
sofa,
it for
I
them
can't.
when they're
That's
so
fabulous.
emotionally attached to
I
something.
know, I understand
But
that.
I mean, I don't do it as a business, I'm like, post it and whatever I get.
I'd much rather refer to an estate sale, it's,
Yeah,
but
me
they
too.
don't love it, you know,
I know,
they
I know.
want the most out of it, and I get that, so, you know, each case is so different.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course.
The last person I just did this for had leather sofas, so, you know,
Right.
and we were lucky that we could, ideally, I like to do that on a packing day. So I set it up so
100%.
that that's the exchange day, so we really try very hard to make it
Right.
into that personal exchange.
Yeah, because,
Lori.
you know, the problem is they think all their stuff is worth so much.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that is the
Yeah.
hard
And
part.
I
For
mean,
sure.
it is emotionally, and
Yeah.
they did pay a lot for it, but.
And I've taken a
Right.
number of courses through NASM on how to go through that process, so I am very well versed on how to speak with each client about their items, cause it is,
Good.
and I know how to help them sort that, so, go ahead.
Are you actually doing the moving as well?
I'm
Or-
doing the packing, organizing, and unpacking, but I will oversee with the movers.
So-
I'll have them get a quote, and I will be there on moving day, I'll be there on, you know, whichever, if they choose to have me.
Okay.
And most people will find it is very nice to have someone in their home on moving day.
Do you have
because
some
it's-
movers that you connect with?
Yes,
Okay.
100%.
Have you connected with Jonah's movers yet? I don't know if they'll come down this way.
No, but no, I would,
Yeah.
absolutely, I have not had the opportunity to work with them.
Unfortunately, Pack and Send is gone, but
Yes,
I know.
I
But
know,
find
well,
another
we're
one, yeah.
meeting other people who might know.
yeah, okay.
Anyone else have questions?
How much do you charge for the Facebook work that you do?
So 30% we would retain, and then depending on the load of stuff, we're gonna be a little bit choosy. We try to group some items together. We did a garage clean out for someone.
Mm.
That was a challenge, because I'm trying to kind of bunch items together, and there are organizations that will do that as well. There's something called Max Sold. I don't know if anyone's heard of them.
Max sold?
Sold. Mhm.
Max?
It's a whole other format, and I sometimes bring that in. It just depends on the client and the
Yeah.
stuff.
Sure.
So I'll know walking through their house whether
Because
you know,
I
what to
imagine
do.
transportation of the heavier items is difficult as well.
Oh yeah, we get
Yeah.
through that too, and I've got some people who will help me. You know, I just try to be resourceful each time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Good.
I heard a client family one time, they lived, I think it's the one off of I-10 and 610.
Okay.
The
Forum.
forum.
Forum,
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But they had like a piano, like giant stuff.
Wow.
What do you, like, who do you give that to? How
If you're saying if we can't sell it on a Facebook marketplace. I've called schools before, I've done that for people, sometimes you'll find a music school, and that also varies, so sometimes I'm calling Habitat for Humanity, and COVID was such a rough time because nobody was taking anything, and then 2 weeks ago, Habitat for Humanity said, sure, bring it in, you know, and you don't know because it depends on how much warehouse space they have, so each case, I'm kind of ready for whatever may be, you know. Okay, thank you.
Good.